Good morning, and welcome back to Almost Functional 40 Day. Almost Functional 40K. Uh, we're here with Grotmas Day 19. Today we have a detachment for the Sisters of Battle called Champions of Faith. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the detachment rule is Righteous Purpose. In your command phase, you can discard up to 3 miracle dice. For each discarded, you can select one Adeptus Sororitas unit from your army. Until the start of your next command phase, that unit is righteous. While a unit is righteous, add 1 to the move characteristics of models in the unit, improve the leadership characteristics of models in the unit, improve the weapon skill and ballistic skill characteristics of weapons equipped by Battle Sister squads, Celestian Sacrosancts, and Paragon Warsuit models in that unit by 1. Alright, so basically you can sacrifice miracle dice up to 3. But for each one you do, you can choose a unit. They get +1 move, +1 leadership, and +1 weapon skill and ballistic skill for their weapons. The last one only works on Battle Sister squads, Celestian Sacrosancts, and Paragon Warsuits. And then keywords. While a Celestian Sacrosant unit from your army is not battle shocked, add 1 to the objective control characteristic of that models in that unit. Alright, so only +1 to movement. 1+1. So far, I'm not seeing that being super amazing. Maybe if you have some like low numbers on your miracle dice, it's worth sacrificing them. You definitely wouldn't want to sacrifice any like 5s or 6s for that. But that's interesting. All right, then enhancements. We have Triptych of Judgment, Adeptus Sororitas model only. Each time a model in the bearer's unit makes an attack, you can ignore any or all modifiers to that attack's ballistic skill or weapon skill characteristic, and or any or all modifiers to the hit roll. All right, for 15 points, that's not bad. That's a decent enhancement. Mark of Devotion, Adeptus Sororitas models only. Add 1 to the attack's characteristic of the bearer's melee weapon. While the bearer's unit is righteous, add 2 to the attack's characteristics and add 1 to the damage characteristic of the bearer's melee weapon instead. That's a +1 attack, and then if you're righteous, +2 attack and +1 damage. That is 30 points. It's a decent enhancement, but they do charge you a lot for that one. We have Eyes of the Oracle, Adeptus Swords model only. The bearer's weapons have the Precision ability. Each time the bearer's unit destroys an enemy character model, you gain 1 CP. That's only 10 points. That's a solid one. Sanctified Amulet. We should have made it Sanctified Mullet. Sanctified Amulet, Adeptus Sororitas model only. Enemy units that are set up on the battlefield from reserves cannot be set up within 12 inches of the bearer. All right, 25 points. Now that the 3-inch deep strikes went to 6-inch, not as strong, but still pretty useful because you can't be charged from reserves because they can't land within range to declare a legal charge. But 25 points, but not bad. So far, all the enhancements seem useful. We have Shield of Denial is the first stratagem. Any phase just after a mortal wound is allocated to an Adeptus Sororitas unit from your army. That Adeptus Sororitas unit, until the end of the phase, models in your unit have the Feel No Pain 6+ ability against mortal wounds. If your unit is righteous, until the end of the phase, models in your unit have the Feel No Pain 5+ ability against mortal wounds instead. All right. Path of the Righteous, fight phase. 1 Adeptus Sororitas unit from your army that has not been selected to fight this phase. Till the end of the turn, each time a model in your unit makes a pile-in or consolidate move, it can move up to 6 inches instead of up to 3 inches. When doing so, if your unit is righteous, it does not need to end that move closer to the closest enemy model, provided it ends that move as close as possible to the closest enemy unit. Ooh. All right. That's interesting. That gives you some real maneuverability in all right. That's a really strong strat, I think. We have Suffer Not the Unfaithful. Your shooting or fight phase, 1 Adeptus Sororitas unit from your army that is righteous and that has not been selected to shoot or fight this phase. Select either the lethal hits or sustained hits 1 ability until the end of the phase. Weapons equipped by models in your unit have the selected ability. Then we have Bastion of Faith. Fight phase, just after an enemy unit has selected its targets. One Celestian Sacrosanct unit that was selected as the target of one or more of the attacking unit's attacks. Until the end of the phase, each time an attack targets a unit, subtract 1 from the hit roll. In addition, if your unit is righteous, you can select one other Celestian Sacrosanct unit from your army that is not battle shocked and is within 6 inches of your unit. Until the end of the phase, each time an attack targets the Celestian Sacrosanct unit, subtract 1 from the hit roll. Alright, so you make one of your units -1 to hit, and if they're righteous, you can make another one within 6, also -1 to hit, but they only work on the Sacrosanct units. Alright, we have To the Heart of Heresy. Fight phase. One Adeptus Sororitas unit from your army that has not been selected to fight this phase. Until the end of the turn, improve the strength characteristics of melee weapons equipped by models in your unit by 1. If your unit is righteous, until the end of the phase, improve the armor penetration characteristic of melee weapons equipped by models in your unit by 1 as well. Alright, so you can give your unit +1 strength in combat and +1 AP as well if they're righteous. And then we have Indefatigable Dedication. Your movement phase, just after an Adeptus Sororitas unit from your army falls back, that Adeptus Sororitas unit. Until the end of the turn, your unit is eligible to shoot in a turn in which it fell back. If your unit is righteous, until the end of the turn, your unit is eligible to shoot and declare a charge in a turn in which it fell back. All right, these are some decent stratagems, especially if your units are righteous. I really like this Path of the Righteous one. That's got some cool plays. And then anytime you can get some Feeling the Pains against mortals is solid. So with the all the extra stuff you get from being righteous, probably is worth sacrificing some of your lower miracle dice for some of your key units. I don't think you do 3 units every turn, but I think on like some of the important turns, you put like 2 or 3 of like your most important units for those turns into this and trigger the second half of enhancements and not enhancements of stratagems and make your enhancements a little better. Sisters have been pretty strong, so we'll see how this compares to some of their detachments. They've been doing fairly well. Definitely has some interesting things there. It could be strong. I'm not 100% sure. It looks like one of those ones that at first glance doesn't really tell you how good it is. You'd have to see it on the table a little bit. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, all that cool YouTube stuff, and we will catch you tomorrow.